Hey everybody, this is just a quick roundup of all the Datsun Brothers, at least from the 3 lines that I have, from War for Cybertron Siege, Earthrise, and then Masterpiece. So I'm just gonna, I have them all lined up here so you can see them. I'm gonna grab them kind of, 2 at a time and compare them, and that way we'll have a nice comprehensive picture of what they all look like. So let's start off with Prowl. So yeah, I mean, between these two, it's no contest, at least for me. It's Earthrise all the way. And you can see everything looks really good there. With Smokescreen, again, same thing. Now, my Prowl, I noticed that all the face sculpts seem to match, except for this guy. As you can see, he's got a very light silver face, whereas this one has a very dark. I don't know if it's just my copies of things or what, but everyone else. So again, if you look at the head sculpt on Siege, you can see there's a lot of extra detailing around the sides of the face and everything that the Masterpiece just doesn't have. But when you look at the Earthrise, the heads are just about identical. Again, same thing, no contest. It's Earthrise all the way. And then lastly, for my very favorite, Bluestreak. And again, the face, just amazing. I noticed this when I was getting them ready for the video. If you look at Siege, again, little details on the side and stuff that aren't present on the Masterpiece. But this Earthrise, that face is almost identical. So there he is there. I mean, that's amazing. It's really amazing. Even down to the chin. So there they all are in robot mode. Let me just get everybody put back here. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm super partial to these guys. Again, only because, and especially to Bluestreak, because for me, the idea of Transformers is that they're, robots in disguise, and they're able to blend in. And that's why I was never able to get into anything like, Beast Wars or whatever. And even for these 3 guys, the Bluestreak mold, or paint application, I should say, blends right in. Like, it looks just like a regular car, as opposed to a police car or a race car. But again, they kind of blend in. And going back to the Beast Wars thing, so let me get these guys transformed up, and then we'll kind of compare them all in their car modes, which is usually my favorite mode. So be right back. So here they are, transformed into their alt modes, and I want to take a closer look at everybody. So I'm going to start with Prowl. All right, so here he is, along with the Siege and Earthrise versions. And back it up just a little bit. I don't think the Siege one looks bad. I don't think any of them do, but, if I could only have one, it would be a Masterpiece. But if I could have 2, it would definitely be... Let's raise this up a little. All right, so... yeah, I mean, that's just... I love it. They really did a great job with these. And even the back here, we got a little bit of red paint for the brake lights, which we didn't get on the Siege version. even the lines in the back. I thought one of them had it. Maybe not. But I like it. All right. So, move on to Smokescreen here. Again, the Siege one I like. I think it's cool. I just, you know, not the kind of vibe I'm going for. So, and then, yeah, nice. Yeah, these guys look great together. Now, no paint on the back of this guy, and I definitely have some fit issues, QC issues, but it still looks darn good. And lastly, but certainly not least, my favorite, Bluestreak. I may actually, and I know I'm missing a mirror, I may actually hang on to the Siege Bluestreak only because I just love the colors. I really do. Now this one, I guess we could say it's got a brake light painted. I mean, it's the whole thing, but I feel like the color just isn't quite there. But we bring in this guy. This one isn't quite there either, I suppose, but I do love it though. And again, just little things like the paint, the black paint in the middle didn't go all the way out to the side, but it did on that and on that. You can't really tell. I mean, the black, the tinted window goes all the way to the back, whereas on the Masterpiece it stops right before the hatch, right at the hatch. Same thing on the Earthrise, it just stops, it doesn't go all the way back. So even I suppose this one has a rear 3/4 window, sort of, but this guy definitely does. Okay, right there, and so does this guy. And the only downside, at least to me, is that the Prowl and Smokescreen, Prowl and Bluestreak don't have spoilers. Definitely do not have spoilers. Smokescreen does. Bluestreak and Prowl do not have spoilers. Right? Smokescreen does, which makes sense since he's a race car. However, these guys both have spoilers. One is right, one is wrong. And he's got a spoiler. So I know they're not going to redo the whole mold just for that. But if it didn't have that, it would be, I mean, to me anyway, a perfect modern interpretation. The only thing I think is a little bit lacking is on the front of, now it does kind of dip in there a little bit. And it does the same thing on that. Just for me personally, the aesthetics, I like that better on the bottom. Not so much that, but I understand why they did it. This is, to me, this is it right here. This is great. So let me do one last roundup here of all the Siege and the Earthrise together. I mean, it really all comes down to personal preference. I really liked the Siege figures until the Earthrise ones came out, and then it was, you know, a no-brainer for me. So, there they all are with They're bigger, more expensive brothers in the background. So if you're thinking about picking up, you know, starting a collection, or just starting to get into Transformers, the Sieges are fine, and you can get them pretty cheap on the secondary market. To me, anyway, the Earthrise is definitely the way to go. Just from a purely G1 aesthetic point, you can't really go wrong with it. It's an inexpensive, fairly accurate recreation of what the original was, but updated for a modern audience. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. I'll see you in the next one.